Hey everyone! Welcome to Update X24H, your go-to channel for the latest news, hottest dramas, breaking stories, and all the buzz from the world of entertainment. We're here to keep you updated, entertained, and always in the loop. Hit that subscribe button and join our growing family, because here at Update X24H, we bring you the news that matters, the drama you love, and the stories you can't miss. Thanks for being part of our community. Let's stay connected, stay updated, and keep the good vibes rolling. What happens when one of Asia's most beloved actresses, known for her radiant smile and calm grace, suddenly unleashes an emotional storm behind closed doors, and the only person who dares step into the chaos is a superstar in his own right? Stay with Update X24H, because what you're about to hear might just change the way you see the entertainment world forever. It began as nothing more than a scheduled meeting on a cold morning at Cool Entertainment's headquarters in Beijing. For most people in the industry, such gatherings are routine, almost mechanical discussions over numbers, projects, and future plans that rarely leave a lasting mark. But that day was different. From the moment Zhao Lusi stepped into the boardroom, there was an unspoken tension in the air. Like the moments before a summer storm when the wind stills and the world holds its breath. She was calm, poised, every inch the star audiences knew and loved. Yet beneath her measured steps and polite greetings, something deeper was stirring, years of restraint, compromise, and unspoken grievances pressing against the edges of her composure. At first, the conversation moved along predictable lines. Pages turned, clauses were read, polite nods exchanged. But then came the point, a set of terms described by one source as unacceptable in every sense, that acted as the spark. Her voice, usually warm and measured, took on a sharpness that silenced the room. Words that had long been kept locked inside spilled out, fierce and unyielding. She spoke not only about the proposal in front of her but about the countless decisions made on her behalf without her consent, the role she had been pressured to take, the intrusion into her personal life, and the unsettling discovery of financial discrepancies in her earnings. Witnesses recall a shift in the atmosphere. The controlled environment of corporate formality giving way to something raw, almost primal. She was no longer negotiating. She was reclaiming her voice. Every sentence seemed to carry the weight of years lived under quiet frustration. There was no theatrics for the sake of performance, only a woman reaching the limit of what she would accept. The executives, seasoned in the delicate dance of persuasion and power, found themselves at a loss, confronted not with the compliant star they thought they knew, but with someone ready to dismantle the very framework of their control. That day did more than disrupt a meeting. It cracked open a facade. It showed that behind the polished smiles and choreographed appearances, there are battles being fought silently, until one moment changes everything. And in that room on that morning, Zhao Lusi reminded everyone, colleagues, executives, and perhaps even herself, that sometimes the most powerful act is simply to refuse to remain silent. For years, Zhao Lusi had built a reputation as one of the industry's most dependable and gracious stars. She arrived on set prepared, treated crew members with kindness, and accepted the decisions of her management with the quiet professionalism expected of someone in her position. But beneath the surface, a different story was unfolding, one that few could see and fewer still dared to speak about. It was a life lived under constant watch, where her choices were negotiated behind closed doors, her roles selected to serve interests that were not always her own, and her public image shaped with meticulous control. First, she adapted. She told herself this was the price of success, that compliance was simply part of the bargain. Yet each compromise took something from her. Each unwanted role another step away from the actress she had dreamed of becoming. The pressure mounted silently. There were projects she had never wanted but was told would be good for her career. There were appearances arranged without her input, schedules that consumed her personal time, and an endless demand for perfection that left little space for her own desires. She accepted these burdens in the hope that they were temporary, a necessary phase in an unforgiving industry. But then came the financial revelations, a cold, undeniable truth that shattered the careful balance she had tried to maintain. The numbers didn't add up. Funds she had earned through long hours, emotional performances, and relentless dedication were missing, redirected to purposes she had never approved. This discovery was the final fracture. In that moment, the quiet acceptance that had carried her through the years dissolved completely. It was no longer about protecting her image or keeping the peace. It was about reclaiming something essential that had been taken from her. Anger, long suppressed, found its voice. The words poured out fast and sharp, not just challenging the unfair terms before her but unearthing years of grievances. Her tone was not one of mere frustration, but of a deep, unshakable resolve. The voice of someone who had been pushed to the very edge and had finally chosen to step back from it, not in retreat but in defiance. That breaking point was not a collapse, but an awakening. And it marked the moment Zhao Lusi stopped being managed and began to take control. No one in that boardroom could have predicted his arrival. The meeting was already in turmoil, voices sharp, the air thick with tension, when the door opened and Liu Yuning stepped inside. There was no fanfare, no hesitation, only a quiet certainty in the way he moved. Those present recall how he crossed the threshold as if he had every right to be there. His eyes taking in the scene with a calm that contrasted sharply against the storm unfolding around him. Security did not stop him, the executives did not challenge him, and in that silence lay a question that no one dared to voice. How did he know, and why had he come? Liu Yuning had always been known as a figure of composure, a man who navigated the entertainment industry with the precision of someone who understood both its brilliance and its brutality. His career had been free of scandal, his reputation carefully built on reliability and grace under pressure. For him to appear in that room, uninvited and at such a critical moment, suggested more than mere coincidence. He did not linger at the doorway. Instead, he walked straight to Zhao Lusi, his voice low but steady, the kind of tone that cuts through noise without needing to rise. Whatever words he spoke, they were enough to slow her breathing, to draw her back from the edge of the fury that had consumed her just moments before. To those watching, it felt as if the entire room shifted. The executives, who moments earlier had been locked in a battle of wills with the actress, now found themselves in the presence of someone who disrupted the balance of power without raising his voice. There was a familiarity between them, an unspoken understanding that hinted at a connection deeper than casual friendship. Some would later speculate about romance, others about shared battles with the same agency, but in that moment, none of it mattered. What mattered was that his presence changed the dynamic entirely. It was as if Liu Yuning had been waiting for exactly this moment to intervene, stepping in not just to calm her, but to take control of a situation spiraling out of reach. His arrival was not an accident. It was deliberate, timed, and deeply personal. And for everyone who witnessed it, the question remained long after he left. What did he know that the rest of them didn't? More than just a rescue. Was this just a friend helping another in need? Or, as some suggest, does Liu Yuning know more about the agency's inner workings than anyone realized? His decision to step in, risking his spotless reputation, has sparked a wave of theories, from hidden romance to shared battles against an industry giant. The ripple effect across showbiz. Since that day, whispers have grown louder. Other cool entertainment artists are reviewing their contracts, lawyers are quietly making calls, and industry veterans are warning that this could be the start of a much larger reckoning. And yet, amid the tension, fans have flooded social media with messages of love and solidarity for Zhao Lusi, praising her courage and hoping her story inspires others to speak their truth. A turning point, not an ending. No official statement has been released, but one thing is clear. This is not the end of the story. Whether it's about fairness, freedom, or friendship, this moment has already changed the conversation in Asia's entertainment scene. And for Zhao Lusi and Liu Yuning, it may have set the stage for a new chapter, one written on their own terms. If today's story moved you, inspired you, or simply made you curious about what really goes on behind the glamour, then you won't want to miss what's coming next. Hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and stay tuned to Update X24H, where we bring you the stories that matter, the moments you can't forget, and the truths the world needs to hear. Thank you for watching, and remember, the next update could change everything.